Happy Trans Rights Readathon. Unfortunately for me, my first book is on the other side of this stack, and it's about right there. I don't think I can just pull it out like a magician, but that's what I'm gonna try first, because it was so hard to get all of these books up here, and I don't know if I have the arm strength to do this the right way. It's fine. Everything's fine. And we can read The Dead Take the A Train now. I do have the audiobook, but I think I might want to annotate it. And I will read it at some point too. So I'm honestly probably going to immersive read it. We can be closer now. Okay, lighting, awful. Memory card, almost full. So we have to do this quickly. We're following Julie in The Dead Take the A Train, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's very much like cosmic horror-y. She does all of these like jobs. She has side gigs, and they're all magical in nature, all kind of almost killer. She's just like on drugs most of the time. Her retirement plan is dying early, that kind of thing. And she has just been paired up with this golden retriever of a human to do this job. But unfortunately, this scary, eldritch, many-armed creature has like possessed the person that she's working with. And that's where I'm at so far. I'm not very far in. I'm maybe like 30 pages in, but I'm loving it so far. This is so funny. And I like Cassandra Khaw. I've loved 2 books and DNF'd 1 book by them, so I was thinking that I was gonna like this, but I really do think that I'm gonna love this. And they also signed it. I don't know if you can see, but they did an author talk when they were coming out with the library at Hellebore. It was so good that they're just so obsessed with the weird and the gross, and I know that this book is really going to reflect that. I'm very excited to continue it, and I'm excited to get to all of these books that I've been putting off. And I don't know if this will be a 5-star, but I do think this is going to be a really high 4. I'm only 10% of the way into it, but it's just going so well. You know how that idiot from a few minutes ago said she doesn't think that this was going to be a 5-star book? She was wrong. This is a 5-star book. This was so good. This, I want to compare it to, stay with me now, if you've read Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You're gonna know what I'm talking about. But you will also probably have had to watch Angel, the spin-off series to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, okay? We are following 2 women. They are friends, but they are probably gonna be something more. I'm comparing them to Buffy and Willow. If 10 years later, Buffy and Willow would have had a thing for each other. And they both have shitty exes. Buffy's shitty ex happens to work at Wolfram and Hart and is set on getting back at her. And that's what this book felt like, and I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's one of the highest compliments I could honestly give a book. I love this. It was so fun. It's very squelchy, as Cassandra Khaw books typically are. It was very like raunchy and funny, and it really tugs at your heartstrings as well. There was a point in this book that I thought I was just gonna bawl. I like the ending of this book. I'm very sad that we're probably not going to get like a conclusion. It was supposed to be a duology, I believe, and there's like an excerpt of it in here, and I don't even want to read it because it really seems like this book is not going to get anything else attached to it. But I thought it was so fantastic. It is so fun. I tabbed the heck out of it. I just have all good things to say about it. I don't really have any complaints. I don't think I would really change anything. I thought the sapphic yearning in here was a really, really great. I really liked that part about it. I liked the magic system and the monsters and how this is an urban fantasy, so how it like connected with our real world. I liked watching the shitty men get what they deserved. That was also super fun. Really no complaints. Really nothing else to say about this one. I would say that like there's no trans characters in this. It doesn't really focus on transness. It is queer. It's inherently queer because there is a sapphic romance in this. But there's nothing so far as gender identity discussed in this so much. But Cassandra Khaw is a non-binary author, so it still fits. I really, really enjoyed this, and I'm going to be recommending it till I'm blue in the face. I love this so much. And I feel like it's really underrated. I don't know how many people pick this up. The cover is obviously so, like, it rocks. Like, this couldn't have a better cover. So I just need more people to actually read this and enjoy it, because it is so for me. I could see this being on my top 10 of the year. I think it might be my favorite book that I've read so far this year, which is interesting. That's not what I expected at all. Obviously, I love to start a vlog with a 5-star, but hopefully it just doesn't go downhill from here either. The next book that I have to read, though, is for a book club, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, I not only am about halfway done with Chlorine by Jade Song, it is also my book club for this book tonight, which I am leading, so I need to get a move on with this book. Luckily, it's reading really, really fast and it's pretty short. We are following Ren, who is a swimmer. She's developed this friendship with another girl on the team and is just like obsessed with swimming. It's kind of all that she cares about. She didn't really care about her friend. She kind of cares about her mom, doesn't really care about school. That's kind of all of her things. And she's obsessed with mermaids. It's taken a little bit of a back burner now that she like has this desire to be good at swimming. It was initially mostly just her wanting to be in the water though. And now we're following her in high school, so she's having a lot of her high school first. But she also just has this like total disregard for everyone else's feelings. It's really mostly about her. Also, her coach, her swim coach, Jim, definitely really toes the line, usually over the line, about what is appropriate with his swimmers. He's both pretty mean, but also just like the way that he touches them all the time. Like they're in swimsuits, so they're not wearing a lot. It's very uncomfortable. Just gotten to the point where she's not the best swimmer of all time anymore. Like she has actual competition in high school and stuff. She doesn't know how to handle it. She's fallen into a little bit of a depression, really struggling with a lot of different things that a lot of high schoolers struggle with. Like she feels like a really real typical high schooler to me, especially in the way that she kind of feels like she's the first person to ever have these feelings, and these feelings are so big and it's kind of the end of the world all of the time. That being said, it's not my most favorite book of all time. I read another Jade Song book earlier this month and I think I liked it a little bit better, but I do think that what Jade Song is trying to do here, they're doing extremely well. And I'm excited to talk about it with people. I think this is going to be a pretty divisive book as well. And I'm excited to get to the mermaid part of it all. I think this is going to be one of those books where it's like, is it all in her head? Is something supernatural happening? I guess I'm going to find out. And it hasn't felt particularly horrific so far either. Maybe I was mistaken on whether that this was, oh no, it says horror. It does say horror. Dark things have definitely happened, but I would still call this just like a literary coming of age. So I'm excited to get to the horror parts of this too, because that really hasn't happened yet. And I'm really, really hoping that I can finish this before book club so that I can lead a discussion on it, but we'll see. I believe in myself. I think I only have a couple hours left of the audiobook, so that would be like an hour, and it takes me about an hour to get to book club. So I should have that buffer at the very least. Definitely, it's decent. It's real decent. I don't think that the ending could make this like a 5-star book for me, but I do think that it could totally ruin the book for me. So hopefully it doesn't do that. I spent so long looking for my SD card. Do you know where it was? It's in you. It's in the camera right now. But anyway, I finished Chlorine. I finished it in plenty of time for book club because it took me an hour and a half to get there. And it's somewhere that usually takes me 20 to 30 minutes depending on traffic, but traffic was so ass yesterday. But book club really liked this book. It was a really good discussion. Even though it was only under 250 pages, there was a lot to talk about. So I would recommend it as a book club book. I think it was a really good one. Lowest rating was 3 stars. Everyone seemed to it wasn't like a perfect book, but really love it. And I love that. I love it when there's a good discussion. I do also like it when people disagree, but it was nice to talk about a book that we all liked. Even though Ren as a character is pretty unlikable. She's like a very like self-centered, and also she's 16, so that's part of it. But this book went in like a body horror direction, but the body horror doesn't really start until most of the way through the book. So you are waiting for a horror book to happen throughout a literary fiction book, and if that's not something that you're going to enjoy, this is probably not for you. But I did end up really liking it. I think Ren is a fun character to read from the perspective of, even though she's incredibly unreliable, incredibly unlikable. I would recommend it, and I do think that it is like one of those weird girl books for sure. And I think it was a good one for the Trans Rights Readathon too. I mean, we're talking about her being so uncomfortable in her body and not really identifying with like other women necessarily, so I think it's really good. And Jade Song is also a non-binary author, so perfect for the Trans Rights Readathon. Second one down, feeling really good. The book clubs that I lead are at Midsummer Media, and they're finally starting to get merch. Tote bag. I'm so excited about it. Did I need another tote bag? No. Could I have probably like a whole closet for all of like the bookstore tote bags I have themselves? Yes, but I do really like this one, and I think that they're gonna have like a tote bag decorating party, so I'm really excited about that because I think it's cute as is, but there's definitely like an opportunity to like decorate it and stuff. I think it could be really cute. So much to think about there. Last thing is I got a piece of book mail. I don't know if that's like fun to open it with me, but I thought we could, especially since this one is so shiny. And Tasha Suri blurbed it, I guess. A seductive and magical romantasy from a wonderful new voice. A truly vibrant, epic, and erotic read. Right on. I don't know what this is. I don't recognize that. Okay. A Kiss of Crimson and Ash by Anuja Varghese. This comes out in May. Ooh, okay. Let me try that again. A swirling mist, the chime of anklets in the long grass, a voice in the wind. Stay with me, my queen, my love, stay. It was also blurbed by Molly O'Neill and Davinia Evans, who I have not read from before. But I am excited about this. Ooh, it came with a bookmark. Another debut for me to read. I've been really enjoying my debuts recently. This sounds good. I haven't really heard about this at all. So excited for this whenever I get to it. Hopefully before it comes out. May 26th, so I have time. We're good. And now we get to pick our next book. I think what I want to do is The Spirit Bears Its Teeth. I am really sad because it's my last Andrew Joseph White. He does have another one coming out this year though. I know The Spirit Bears Its Teeth is like set in Victorian England. That's all I know. I actually don't know anything else. But the new one, I like the cover of it. And it's about a trans boy whose father was a serial killer and he's trying to clear his name. The trans boy is trying to like absolve himself of guilt for what his father has done by figuring out the mystery of the last person his father has killed, which sounds really interesting. And I believe the main character's name is Morgan Slaughter. So very like on the nose, but it sounds really fun. And the cover looks really good. I really enjoy Andrew Joseph White. I didn't love his adult book as much. It's super visceral for sure. And I definitely think it has its audience out there. Obviously it's not targeted towards me because I am a cis person. Take my review with a grain of salt, but it was just like not quite for me, and that's totally fine. But I am excited to check out The Spirit Bears Its Teeth. I think it's a lot of people's favorite, at least as far as like his YA books go. So I'm excited to see how I like it. Between Compound Fracture and Hell Followed With Us, I don't quite know how I feel about like where I would rank them. I like them both a lot. I'm just having indecision right now on which one that I would like better. I'll get back to you. I don't think that I've cried in public over a book in a really long time, like such a long time. But I'm about halfway through The Spirit Bears Its Teeth, and there have been some lines where I feel really seen. I'm definitely a cis woman, but it's talked about how the patriarchy and men kind of just take all of your rights away. Obviously this is in the Victorian times, so it's different now. But a lot of it is really hitting home for me. And also they're just so mean to Silas. Part of it is that they don't totally understand him, and he's just like not great at expressing himself. It's not an excuse for what's happening, definitely not. But there's just been a lot of things where it's like a wife should be out of bed and made up before her husband even thinks of waking. He will never see her unmade. And that stuff like that's been frustrating. There's been a couple like really gross scenes because Silas is also very interested in being a doctor, and like if you ever read a horror book about any kind of like medical practice in this era, the medical practice itself, like the stuff that they do on purpose, is horrific. And Silas has talked about like cutting up animals that are dead already to learn and stuff like that. And because he has purple eyes, he can see into the veil. And cis men who have this are awesome, great, are just like above and beyond everybody else. Women, and those perceived as women, seen as basically just like crime breeding stock. Marriage age right now, it says it's 21, but Silas is trying to be married off much earlier. I think he's 16 or like just turned 16. And they have someone picked out in mind. It's like a lord's son, something like that. And they meet and it kind of goes fine. But then Silas does something where he dresses up like a boy, kind of presents how he wants to be, and tries to help someone at like a theater or something in like a medical way. And they figure out who he is. He has to come clean in order to protect his brother. But then they send him to this like girls' school. It's kind of like a charm school, but like a lot more sinister than that. These girls are not treated well at all, and they're very catty with each other as well because they're kind of competing. They're at different stages in the patriarchy. Like some are super bought into it and trying to do better, and some are just so full of rage. And Silas has one friend kind of so far, but I'm loving this. I think that this could be my favorite Andrew Joseph White. And I think I say that every time I read an Andrew Joseph White, but for sure this time, I think this might be my favorite. And it's so good and so heartbreaking. And there's just some beautiful lines in here. I also forget that this is YA. Like, it's not that it necessarily feels like an adult book, but it does feel like it was written for me and I'm 28. So, I just loved it so much. This was so good. London, 1883. By the way, if you're wondering what the era was. I can't wait to finish this. It's going so well, and I think I'm gonna finish it very quickly. I should have some time today to finish it up. And I think I might have another 5-star for this video, which is crazy. I haven't been in like a drought of 5 stars or anything this year, but I feel like I haven't had as many as I usually do, and it's changing. And the reason that it's changing is because I'm reading my TBR and not so many arcs. And I think that's the key, and I just have to remember that the books that I buy are the ones that I'm actually really interested in. I think this might be my favorite cover out of all of them too. They're just so pretty. Camera's plugged in right now, so he's like on the cord. He thinks it's a toy. It's not a toy. I have to do some work. I basically just have to get through work today, and then it's the weekend. I'm very excited, and I'll have more time for reading, which will be great. It's also supposed to be really nice in Portland this weekend, so I might be going on a hike. I'm very excited about that because it was nice, and then it was rainy, cold, and disgusting, but we're getting back to nice again. Spring is trying its best. And that's kind of all the updates I have for you. So I'll see you when I have more. Okay, I finished The Spirit Bears Its Teeth. 5 stars. Absolutely phenomenal. So good. I can't believe I found 2 5-stars so far. That rocks. The last Andrew Joseph White I read was You Weren't Meant to Be Human. So it was very brutal. Like, so much more brutal than his YA stuff. And I wasn't expecting the ending to have like kind of a little bit of tenderness, but it totally did. And we get to see Silas kind of like, you know, get out of the situations that he's been in and live life as he, you know, wants to live it. And he has a partner who sees him for who he is and is very protective of him. And some of the girls that he was in the boarding school with also made it out, and they just have like this, you know, this community, this group, and it's just so nice to see. It was so good. I think that I'm definitely more into his YA stuff because it's a little bit nicer and softer. I think he writes a great adult horror. Absolutely brutal if that's what you're looking for. But I don't know that it necessarily is all the time for me. But this was so good. It's my favorite Andrew Joseph White. I found my new favorite Andrew Joseph White. That's crazy. And again, like I said before, he does have a new one coming out this year, so I'm interested to see where that ranks. But so far, The Spirit Bears Its Teeth is #1 for me. I am in the same shirt that I filmed another clip in for this vlog because I need to read with my eyeballs now. I don't have this book via audio at all right now, so hi buddy. So I need to read it with my eyeballs, and I have time to read it with my eyeballs right now, and it's Womb City by Lolo Samase. This is an adrenaline-packed cyberpunk body-hopping African futurist ghost story exploring motherhood, memory, and a woman's right to her own body. Sounds really good. This is a non-binary author. I've heard mixed things, but like trending upwards as of late, and I'm really interested. This is like definitely sci-fi, but also horror. I think horror is the first tag I think, and then it's sci-fi. Either way, there are just definitely horror elements to this, and I'm excited to finally get to it. This is one I've been putting off for a really long time, so I think it should be really, really good. Sunday, August 2nd. That's today. We're also going to focus for 2 hours because I need more socks. I read some of this last night, and I read some of this morning, and I'm about 40% of the way into it now, and I thought we should, you know, chat about it, and I should update you because I don't want to just blow right through it. We are following Nayla, and she has this chip in her, like an AI chip that tracks everything because her consciousness got downloaded into this body, and people live for like 210 years. They get to swap bodies every 70 years or if something happens to their body. So bodies are a hot commodity in this world. It's really foul the way this all operates. And I believe we're in Botswana, which is a little bit more lenient than some of the other African countries, it sounds like, as far as like queerness and stuff like that goes. But the main goal for everyone, people are super like reproductive focused and having children focused because bodies are such a hot commodity for the most part. And sometimes people will sell their bodies so that they can be in a better body, something like that. And obviously children are a hot commodity too, because people want to be in younger bodies. So they are doing this thing that is like more than IVF as far as like artificially having a child. Her and her husband, who is awful, by the way, they basically incubate them. But if you can't make the payments that are required of this, they get to have your kid or terminate it, whatever they want to do with it basically, which is just foul. And then Nayla is also like monitored both by her husband, who is like a vice chief of police or something like that. She's managing to have an affair somehow in this. And I get why she doesn't want to like be emotionally invested in her husband, but she should just have a divorce. She's thought about divorce. It seems like it can happen. So I don't know why she's not doing that. If she just like wants to make this work. They're having a child together now. And she refers to her womb as being the black womb because it like can't carry a child, but she does wonder in the back of her head if it's something to do with her husband, and he like surveils her in a really awful, creepy way. He's definitely abusive, like emotionally manipulative, and that's how far I am. And so far this has been a really frustrating read because women have so few rights in this world, and this world is just really awful, like Black Mirror horror-esque, and I've been feeling really frustrated by it, but also I'm liking it so far well enough. I'm like 40% of the way through it, and I don't know how there's going to be another 60%, but hopefully. I've heard that this book drags. I'm really hoping that it doesn't for me, but my audiobook just came in, which I'm really excited about from the library. Perfect timing, and it is beautiful and sunny out, so I'm gonna go for a walk, listen to some of this, and I will come back to you with my almost done thoughts, hopefully. I've been so freaking productive today. Went on a walk, as we discussed. I have filmed 2 YouTube videos because I'm gonna be gone all of next week. So I filmed 2 YouTube videos and 8 TikToks, which is crazy for me. That's a lot of filming for me all at once, but it went really smoothly and it went really quickly. Hoping all of my TikToks are like long enough, but it should be fine. And then I got this iced tea, Rocket Pop. My review is 3 stars. It's fine. It's drinkable. I will finish it. And then Womb City. So this might be a little bit of a spoiler, but Nayla and her situationship get found out by some random person, and they're like, we have to kill her now. Obviously, we have to kill her to save our situationship. So they do that, and then nothing goes right after that, right? This entity haunts them now. I'm not super clear if it's the girl or if something was in the girl. It's like girl that they killed and the entity are like joined, but also separate, kind of. The line is clear at certain times and not clear at certain times. And this entity is killing off everyone that Nayla cares about. So her family isn't like her family, but her body's family, and they're treating her as if it's the person that originally was in the body. And all dead. And we're continuing to kill people here, right? And Nayla is also up for this like hearing, this test where because her body had committed crimes before, that's why she's being monitored. Passing this like exam thing would absolve her of that, and she wouldn't need to be monitored anymore. Obviously she killed someone, so things aren't going great right now, but this is gonna happen. And this entity is also planning on killing Nayla, but after she's like really truly ruined her. So we have some time before that happens. But overall, I would say that I'm enjoying this. I think I find Nayla a lot less sympathetic, but overall, I'd say I'm enjoying this. I find Nayla a lot less sympathetic because she committed this murder over a situationship, but also her life has not been easy. No one has really been on her side for the most part, other than Jay, who is the person that she's in a situationship with. And I think the discussion around gender identity is really interesting in this one too. Some people who are like rich enough can swap between different gendered bodies however they're feeling. So like gender queerness is subjective to capitalism in this book, which I think is really interesting. And obviously children, the whole reason that Nayla is not just like is trying to continue on is because she has a daughter incubating currently right now. So overall this is going really well. Feeling really productive. I need to do some editing, so I'm probably going to do the rough editing and continue listening to Womb City. It's quite long. Even though it's only 400 pages, the audiobook is like 17 hours. I think it's because the text is so small, maybe. I don't know if it's actually that small, but it's going pretty well. I've definitely been highlighting parts of this. There's parts that have been resonating with me. It's felt a little bit like preachy, or like these are the lessons we should be thinking about, but overall I've really been liking it. And I wish we had a yard. I really do wish we had a yard so I could be outside with having to be mobile the whole time. There's not a lot of places for me to just sit outside, but maybe I'll hit up the coffee shop later. We also have some reality TV to watch tonight and I have to pack. So I have a lot of things to do, but I also want to continue with this vlog. So I will at least be finishing this tonight and you'll be getting my final rating, but I think it's going to be a pretty decent one. Unless this really flops the ending, I think it's going to be around 4 stars. That's my guess. I also have it in my brain right now, because I had just put away some books, that I would like to redo my bookshelves. I don't think that's going to happen in this video, but it's going to happen soon. I'm not happy with the way they're organized right now, and I think I need to like move some of the shelf heights. So I just want to take everything off. And that's going to be a whole process. We'll see if that happens anytime soon, but it's definitely a thing in my head that I would like to be doing. Look forward to that, I guess. I don't know if that's interesting, but you'll probably get to reorganize my bookshelves with me. Maybe like I'll do that and unhaul some books, because there's some books that I just like don't want anymore. Wow, what a great idea. I'm glad we could talk this out together. I will see you when I am done with Womb City. Okay, I am officially 320 pages into Womb City and I am both confused a little bit and bored. Jan and Nayla have been in prison. They're in prison now. And the demon is still coming after all of Nayla's people, and Nayla is trying to figure out why the ghost demon had an AI chip, because they're not supposed to have AI chips. And the ghost of the person that they killed was also like an original, so they hadn't like swapped bodies yet, so they're not supposed to have AI chips. So she wasn't supposed to have one either. So I think the deal is if Nayla can figure out why ghost demon lady had an AI chip, that means her daughter doesn't die. Otherwise, her daughter does die. And again, so many of these people died because Nayla insisted on having a situationship. I don't quite get it. I'm not quite loving it as much as I was earlier. I'm actually a bit bored. I'm to the point where people were saying they were bored, and I get that. I think this is probably going to be like a 3.5 star, maybe a 3 star if things don't pick up. If I wasn't this far into it, I would honestly just DNF it, but I don't think it's going to take me that long to get through, you know? I need to remember that I did have 2 5 stars before this, and that's also probably why I'm not loving it quite as much. I'm not hating it either. It's just kind of fine. I think that if we didn't have this whole jail investigation scene, I would be more stoked on the book. I think there's just too many ideas happening. Here is my big problem, but it's fine. I'll only probably have like an hour left of reading this if I do the audiobook, and things are going very well. A reading update where it's very beautiful outside. Yes. Oh my god, you don't need to come outside. Every time I come out here, Soup is like, me too. And he's so annoying to get back inside because he doesn't want to go back inside. He loves it out on the balcony. He loves balcony time. But we're not going to be out here that long. It's very sad. They're very neglected animals. But I'm about halfway done with the root rot, and as you can imagine, it's not taking me super long. This is about some kids, and it's very like uncanny valley fever dreamy where they're at. There are 9 children, and they're traveling to their families to their grandfather's vacation property. Strange things start happening. It gets like rot horror-y a little bit, and they keep looking for their family members, and when they see their family members, they look away and they look back and it's someone else's face, and they're trying to like reconcile on what's happening. And none of the kids really have names. They're kind of named the same way that Friends episodes are, like the one that lies, the girl twin, stuff like that. And so we don't necessarily get as attached to the kids. That's kind of not really the point. It should be, in theory, be really idyllic, but it's not. It's actually really creepy. People's faces don't hang right anymore, except they do once you look more closely. And it's very weird, very like uncanny valley. And I'm liking it so far. It's not holding my attention super well, but I think that just might be my fault. Womb City really put a dent into me personally. But other than that, it's going really well. I do feel like something bad is going to happen to these kids, but hopefully not. And the adults kind of are just like letting things happen. I don't think that the adults are necessarily themselves anymore. They're just kind of there, but also kind of not. But the cover is so good, and I'm excited to continue with this. I should be able to finish it up in one session. It's going really quickly. I finished Root Rot, which means I finished this vlog, and I don't really want to tell you any more about Root Rot. It's so short. It's 120 pages. I'm not gonna, there's only so much you can say about it before you're just telling you what the whole book is about. I don't want to do that because I would recommend it. I liked it. I would say it's like a really high 3 or like a flat 4. It's weird. It feels very uncanny valley. The perspectives from the children are genuinely creepy, and the ending, I didn't guess it. That's kind of all I can ask for from a novella that's like this. And we love Creature Publishing as well. This is an indie publisher, kind of a smaller publisher. Love supporting them, especially for horror. And I thought this vlog went really well. We found 2 5-stars. My first book of this vlog was a 5-star. I think that I like The Dead Take the A Train a little bit better than The Spirit Bares Its Teeth, but I would recommend both. I think I would recommend everything in this vlog except for maybe Womb City. I think Womb City is a pretty particular book, and it kind of wasn't my favorite. But other than that, I really liked everything in this vlog, so I should put off less of the horror books that I'm anticipating. And by the time you're seeing this, the Trans Rights Readathon is probably over. But they have like a year-long Storygraph challenge, which I'll link down below, just so that you're reading trans authors all year long, which is really fun. And I can link the Trans Rights Readathon itself because it happens every year, and they have like good resources and good recommendations on there. Part of the Trans Rights Readathon is if you can help monetarily donate somewhere, then that's kind of the goal. It's like the best way that you can help. And I don't know in this moment where I'm donating, but I can let you know that this is where I donated, and link it down below too if you want to help. I'm hoping to donate somewhere from the state that I grew up in, North Dakota, just because I think there's a lot less resources for trans youth and trans folks in general than there is in Oregon, unfortunately, but that's where I'm choosing to donate this year. And I hope everyone had a really good Trans Rights Readathon. If you participated, let me know what book you read. Otherwise, for Root Rot, leave me the most rotten emoji to you. And I will see you in the next one. I think I have one more Trans Rights Readathon vlog in me, so it'll probably be another vlog full of great trans books. Bye!